New Zealand has joined with Canada and Australia in issuing a joint statement saying Israel's planned offensive into Rafah would be catastrophic and urging it not to go down that path. It's the strongest statement yet as the number of people killed in the conflict continues to climb. Here's our political editor, Jenna Lynch.
Vehicles packed to the brim with everything they have left, fleeing the final supposed safe haven in Gaza. Rafah, usually a city of 250,000, now an estimated 1.5 million Palestinians are sheltering here. But Israel is planning a ground offensive, so they must flee back to bombed-out buildings, these ruins, now perhaps safer. And with that, the New Zealand Foreign Minister says enough.
The level of inhumanity is out of all proportion now, and whether it's justified or not, the reality is we can't justify this. That's the view.
New Zealand, Australia and Canada standing together today to call for an immediate humanitarian ceasefire and urging Israel not to go into Rafah. The statement saying a military operation into Rafah would be catastrophic, devastating. We urge the Israeli government not to go down this path. There is simply nowhere else for civilians to go.
Feeling sort of powerlessness in a way, accepting the international request is that this not go a step further now.
The statement goes on, there is growing international consensus. Israel must listen to its friends and it must listen to the international community. Palestinian civilians cannot be made to pay the price of defeating Hamas.
But we expect that we will be listened to.
Rafah is already on edge. Israel targeted airstrikes there earlier this week. 2 hostages held by Hamas were returned, but the price, dozens were killed. Ibrahim Hassouna lost his entire family in such a violent way. He could only identify them by the scraps of clothing left.
This is now way out and has been for some time out of hand.
A conflict out of hand with no end in sight. Jenna Lynch, Newshub.